Think of the Roman Empire, and your mind probably goes straight to Hollywood. Gladiators battling in the Colosseum, senators arguing in togas, and power radiating outward from the Italian peninsula. We are taught that this massive engine of civilization broke down and died, either sacked by Visigoths in 476 AD, or finally crushed when Constantinople fell in 1453. But historians like İlber Ortaylı argue those dates are completely wrong. The Roman Empire did not die in antiquity. It survived all the way into the 20th century, functioning as the Ottoman Empire. To understand this, we have to stop thinking of Rome as a specific city or a single ethnic group. Rome was an operating system. It was a brilliant administrative framework designed to unite incredibly diverse populations under a single universal law. If we strip away our modern ethnic biases, the Ottomans emerge as the ultimate, final upgrade to this ancient Mediterranean machine. The Roman operating system went through three major iterations. The first was classic pagan Rome. Its true bureaucratic power, the ability to measure land, tax agriculture, and manage finances, was truly established only after it conquered Egypt. The second iteration was Christian Rome, what we often call the Byzantine Empire. This version adapted that universal administrative framework to govern Eastern Europe and the Balkans. Then comes the third and final iteration, Muslim Rome, the Ottoman Empire. Despite how it is categorized today, early Ottoman power was explicitly rooted in the Balkans and the Mediterranean, built directly on top of the Byzantine footprint. The Ottomans knew exactly whose legacy they were inheriting. They officially referred to their expanding territories as İklim-i-Rum, the land of Rome. When Sultan Mehmed conquered Constantinople, he secured the geopolitical center of the world. To formalize his control over this universal state, he adopted a specific title, Kayser-i Rum, Caesar of Rome. The Ottoman state proved to be a highly sophisticated, modernized version of the Mediterranean Universal Empire, engineered to govern a deeply cosmopolitan world. The Ottomans managed that cosmopolitan world through a unique software update to the Roman code, known as the millet system. Under this framework, your legal and social identity was determined by your religion, not your ethnicity. Orthodox Christians, Jews, and Muslims lived in distinct self-governing communities. They maintained their own laws and customs while all answering to the central state. Because the system prized state loyalty over bloodline, the bureaucracy operated on pure merit. For centuries, the highest administrative ranks were filled largely by non-Turks drafted from the Balkans and the Caucasus. There is a rival historical claim. After Constantinople fell, the rulers of Russia declared that Moscow was the true Third Rome. But Tsarist Russia operated on a completely different logic. It was an ethnocentric state, forcing assimilation, pushing Russian culture and language onto its subjects, rather than managing their diversity. Ortaylı establishes a hard historical rule. The concept of a universal Rome cannot coexist with nationalism. Where ethnic dominance begins, the Roman operating system breaks. Because Moscow relied on the dominance of a single ethnic group, it disqualified itself from the universal legacy. By its very structure, the Ottoman Empire stands as the sole, legitimate heir to the title. Empires that last for centuries eventually hit a wall. As the world moved into the 18th and 19th centuries, the industrial age gave birth to a new political concept, the nation-state. Nationalism acted as a lethal virus to the cosmopolitan Roman system. Those separate, stable religious compartments began demanding independence based on ethnic identity, tearing the empire apart from the inside. The collapse of the Ottoman Empire in the early 20th century marked the permanent death of the universal Roman concept itself. There will never be a fourth Rome. The DNA of the modern political world is now entirely built on closed ethnic borders. Yet, the old machine wasn't completely erased. The core administrative and military traditions, forged over centuries, survived the collapse, providing the disciplined backbone needed to construct the modern Republic of Turkey. Recognizing the Ottomans as the Third Rome forces us to drop our modern nationalist lenses. It reveals the history of this region as the continuous evolution of the most enduring administrative machine in human history.